Today, they race through the hallways, filling every corner of the house with laughter, energy, and endless motion. Their tiny footsteps echo through rooms that once felt painfully silent. To anyone watching now, it may seem like a picture-perfect family story, a joyful chapter unfolding exactly as it was meant to. But what most people don't see is the road that led us here. They don't see the sleepless nights filled with fear, the tears hidden behind hopeful smiles, the uncertainty that followed us through some of the darkest moments of our lives. What looks like ordinary chaos today is actually a miracle years in the making. Behind every laugh, every hug, and every memory we create now, there is a story of resilience, sacrifice, faith, and a love that refused to give up. When people see our twins running around the house today, they often smile and say how lucky we are. And they're right, we are incredibly fortunate. But luck alone cannot explain the journey that brought us here. This story is about much more than raising twins. It is about hope, surviving disappointment, strength appearing when we thought we had none left, and discovering that some of life's greatest blessings arrive after its hardest battles. Every family carries a story that remains invisible to the outside world, and ours is no different. Today, we want to share that journey with you. Before we begin, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join our growing community. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that remind us all that even the toughest chapters can lead to extraordinary endings. The house is rarely quiet anymore. Toys appear in places we never imagined. Little shoes seem to multiply overnight, and laughter drifts from room to room like music. Yet there was a time when silence dominated every corner of our home. We spent years imagining what family life might look like, creating dreams so vivid that they felt almost real. We pictured birthday parties, family photos, bedtime stories, and all the small moments that make life meaningful. But dreams have a way of testing our patience. Month after month, year after year, we found ourselves waiting. Friends and relatives moved forward with their lives while we remained trapped between hope and uncertainty. Every celebration carried a hidden ache. Every announcement reminded us of what we still lacked. Still, somewhere deep inside, we refused to let go of the belief that our story was not over. That belief became the foundation that carried us through everything that followed. The journey toward parenthood taught us lessons that no book, doctor, or well-meaning friend could fully explain. There were countless appointments, difficult conversations, and moments when optimism felt almost impossible to maintain. We learned how heavy uncertainty can become when carried for long periods of time. Yet we also learned that resilience grows strongest during seasons of waiting. Every setback forced us to confront fears we never knew existed. Every disappointment challenged our faith in the future. Some days we felt strong enough to face anything, while on others, even getting out of bed required courage. Through it all, we held on to each other. The dream remained alive because we chose repeatedly not to surrender it. Looking back now, those difficult years shaped us in profound ways. They prepared our hearts for challenges we could not yet imagine and taught us to value every blessing long before it arrived. Then came the moment that changed everything. News arrived that seemed almost too incredible to believe. The possibility we had carried in our hearts for so long was finally becoming reality. Excitement rushed in alongside fear. After spending years hoping for a child, we suddenly faced the reality of preparing for not one but two. The joy was overwhelming, yet so was the responsibility. Every plan we had ever made needed adjustment. Every expectation expanded, our future transformed overnight. Family members celebrated with us, sharing our excitement and anticipation. For the first time in years, the future felt tangible. We could see it taking shape before our eyes. Yet beneath the happiness lingered a quiet awareness that the road ahead would not necessarily be easy. We had learned enough through our journey to understand that miracles often come wrapped inside challenges, and this new chapter would prove that lesson once again. Pregnancy brought wonder unlike anything we had ever experienced. Every milestone felt significant. Every appointment carried enormous emotional weight. And every heartbeat became a reminder that two lives were growing alongside our hopes. Yet the experience also introduced new fears. We worried constantly about things beyond our control. We monitored every detail, analyzed every symptom, and celebrated every positive report with immense gratitude. Friends often described pregnancy as a magical time, and while there was certainly magic, there was also vulnerability. We understood how precious each day was and how quickly circumstances could change. The anticipation became both beautiful and exhausting. We spent evenings imagining their future personalities, wondering what they would look like and dreaming about the memories we would create together. At the same time, we prepared ourselves mentally for whatever challenges might come. Parenthood was approaching rapidly, and life was about to change forever in ways we could barely comprehend. The day our twins entered the world remains etched into our memories with extraordinary clarity. Time seemed to slow down while emotions accelerated beyond anything we had previously known. Fear, excitement, relief, gratitude, and disbelief collided into a single unforgettable experience. Holding them for the first time felt surreal. After years of hoping, waiting, and struggling, they were finally here. Yet the beginning of their lives brought challenges that tested us immediately. What we imagined would be a smooth transition into parenthood quickly revealed itself as a complex journey requiring patience, adaptability, and strength. The reality of caring for two newborns simultaneously was unlike anything we had anticipated. Sleep disappeared. Schedules became unpredictable. Every day presented new obstacles. Yet even during the most exhausting moments, we found ourselves staring at them in amazement. The same tiny faces that kept us awake at night also filled our hearts with a level of love we never knew existed. As weeks turned into months, exhaustion became a constant companion. There were nights when neither child wanted to sleep, mornings that began before the previous day seemed to end, and countless moments when we questioned whether we were doing anything correctly. Parenting one child is demanding. Parenting twins introduces an entirely different level of complexity. Every task required coordination. Every outing demanded careful planning. Every routine felt like a strategic operation. Yet hidden inside the chaos were extraordinary moments of connection. We witnessed two tiny humans beginning to discover each other. We watched their personalities emerge in unique and fascinating ways. Their bond developed before our eyes, creating memories that reminded us why every sacrifice mattered. The difficult days were real, but so were the moments of wonder. Gradually, we learned that parenthood is not about perfection. It is about showing up consistently, loving deeply, and continuing forward even when uncertainty remains. The years that followed brought growth not only for our children but also for us. Parenthood transformed our priorities, reshaped our perspectives, and revealed strengths we never knew we possessed. We learned how flexible plans must become when raising twins. We learned to celebrate progress instead of perfection and to find joy in small victories. Every milestone felt doubly special because we experienced it twice, often simultaneously. First steps, first words, first adventures. Each memory carried unique significance. Yet challenges continued to appear. Illnesses, accidents, developmental concerns, and everyday parenting struggles reminded us that no family journey is completely smooth. What changed was our ability to face those obstacles. The experiences that once seemed overwhelming gradually became manageable because we had already survived so much together. Every challenge overcome strengthened our confidence and reinforced the understanding that resilience grows through practice, not comfort. One of the most remarkable aspects of raising twins has been witnessing their relationship evolve. From infancy onward, they shared experiences in ways few siblings ever can. They became playmates, teammates, teachers, and companions. Watching them support each other through new experiences revealed the extraordinary bond they were building. Of course, there were disagreements, competitions, and occasional conflicts. Yet even those moments reflected the depth of their connection. They learned important lessons together, celebrated achievements together, and faced disappointments together. As parents, we often found ourselves stepping back simply to observe the beautiful complexity of their relationship. It reminded us that while we worked hard to guide them, many of life's most meaningful lessons were emerging naturally between them. Their friendship became one of the greatest rewards of our journey. Seeing them grow side by side confirmed that every difficult step leading to this chapter had been worthwhile beyond measure. Today, the house is filled with movement, noise, and energy. The silence that once felt overwhelming has been replaced by a whirlwind of activity. Toys scatter across floors, conversations overlap, and laughter arrives unexpectedly throughout the day. Sometimes we find ourselves wishing briefly for a few moments of quiet, only to remember how desperately we once longed for exactly this kind of chaos. The contrast is impossible to ignore. The life that now feels ordinary was once our greatest dream. Every mess, every interruption, and every noisy moment serves as a reminder of how far we have come. Visitors see children running through hallways and assume this has always been our reality. They cannot see the years of waiting hidden beneath these joyful scenes, but we see it. Every single day, we recognize the miracle contained within what others might consider routine. Looking back, we understand that our story was never simply about becoming parents. It was about learning perseverance, strengthening faith, embracing uncertainty, and discovering the extraordinary power of hope. The challenges we faced shaped our character and deepened our appreciation for life's blessings. If our journey teaches anything, it is that difficult seasons do not last forever. The chapters filled with waiting, struggle, and doubt are not necessarily the end of the story. Sometimes they are simply preparing us for a future we cannot yet imagine. Today, when we watch our twins run through the house, we see far more than energetic children. We see answered prayers, hard-earned joy, and proof that some of life's most beautiful moments arrive after its greatest tests. Their laughter reminds us daily that even the longest journeys can lead to destinations more wonderful than we ever dared to dream. Life has a remarkable way of hiding its greatest gifts behind its most difficult challenges. When we were living through uncertainty, we could not see the full picture. We only saw the obstacles standing in front of us. But now, looking back, every struggle seems connected to a larger story that was unfolding all along. The laughter filling our home today is sweeter because we remember the silence that came before it. The chaos feels precious because we understand how fragile dreams can be. If you are currently facing a season of waiting, hardship, or doubt, remember that your story is still being written. Sometimes the chapters that feel the hardest become the ones that give the ending its deepest meaning. Never underestimate the power of hope, because it may carry you farther than you ever imagined possible.